I'm Pastor Aaron Harris, and this video is a beginner's guide to budgeting. In this video, I'll give you a step-by-step guide on how you can set up your budget. Let's start at the beginning. The first thing that you need to do is you need to make sure you have your vision. Your vision guides you, directs you, it leads you to where you are going to go. If people have a budget without a vision, then it's like having a plan without having any destination. So the first thing that you need to do is envision your financial future and see where it is that you want to go. What is it that you're most passionate about? What is it that you enjoy the most? What is it that you want to do? Do you enjoy traveling the world? Do you want a nice new home? Do you want to remodel your home? Are you into cars and do you want a new car? What is it that you want to do once you are financially successful? After you create your vision, it's time for you to set up your SMART goals. Your SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant to your vision, and they are time bound. Once you have your SMART goals, then your SMART goals are really just checkpoints on the way to your vision. So your vision may be to get $1 million. Well, before you could get $1 million, you need to make your first 10,000. So you may have a goal of 10,000 or 50,000 or to reach $100,000 or $500,000 before you get to your ultimate vision of being a millionaire. But your goals help you to be able to stay on track with your vision and to help you to be able to stay motivated. After you have your vision and your goals, now it's time for you to start working on your strategy. Your strategy is the method that you will use to achieve your goals. Now, when we're talking about finances and budgeting, then your strategy is your budget itself. That's how you're going to reach the goals that you have to save or to invest or to be able to afford that home or car or do the things that you want to do. It's because your budget is your strategy for you to reach your goals so that you can live out your vision. Once you have your vision, goals, and strategy, now it's time for you to write down your income. What is your net income? Your net income is the income that you have after taxes, after deductions are taken away. It's your disposable income, the income that you can spend. If you're an employee, then it's what you receive in your paycheck. If you are a 1099 and you're an independent contractor or you're a business owner, then it's a little trickier to calculate, but at the end of the day, it's the salary, the net income that you make after you pay all of your taxes, deductions, and your business expenses. Once you write down your net income, now it's time for you to start looking at your expenditures or your expenses that you have each and every month. The best way to do this is to go back through your bank statements to look at what you have been spending and where you have been spending that money. So that way you're looking at the past so that you could see where you would go in the future. So see how much you spend on Starbucks and eating out and with utilities and for fun and adventures. But you want to calculate all of your expenses so that you could be able to project what you're going to spend in the future. Once you've reviewed what you spent your money on in the past few months, 3 months, 6 months, or a year, then it's time for you to start looking at all of your expenditures, all of your expenses, and it's time for you to write them down. I like going from highest to lowest. So you may start with your rent or your mortgage. You may go with all of your housing, and you can put housing into one category that includes your expenses, that includes things like your lawn care, your utilities, your trash, just anything, your taxes, your home taxes, anything related to that home you want to put under that housing expense. Next, you want to look at what you are spending on food. Many people spend way too much money eating out and ordering from places like DoorDash instead of finding more economical ways to eat healthy and to be able to save more money. So what you want to do is you want to look at how much money are you spending on food or eating out all together, and you want to calculate that as well, and it'll usually surprise you and you're spending more money than what you even thought on food. Next, you want to look at your transportation expenses. Your transportation expenses include your car note, it includes your car insurance, it includes your gas, it includes the average repairs that you need to get done on your car. Just know you're gonna have to get oil changes unless you have a Tesla or something like that. But cars will need new tires, cars will need repairs, and so you should just already put that into your transportation budget. Some people pay for their food, for their housing, for their transportation, and they feel like, oh, the rest of the money I can do whatever I want with. And that is a huge mistake. You want to definitely be looking at how much money are you saving. Minimally, you should be saving 10% of your net income each and every month. But if you really want to get ahead, you should try to find a way to save about 20% of your net income. After that, you can start looking at your personal expenses and what you have to be able to take care of some of the personal needs that you may have. This includes things like your essentials, your toiletries, things that you feel like you need for you to be able to be successful in whatever you need to do. Some people place self-care and just different things they want to spend for themselves. They put it in this category. So make sure that you set aside a sum of money for you to take care of yourself. I also want to include giving in here. Some people are Christians and they go to church, or they have a faith-based background, whether it's Jewish or Muslim, where they give a certain percentage of their income to a charity or a church or a mosque. And what I would encourage you to do is to be generous and to give generously. It's a blessing to be able to give, to impact others, and to be able to help others. And so if you are giving to people, whether it's friends or family members, or you want to help out associates, co-workers, neighbors, or give to charity or churches, whatever it is, you should factor in the fact that you may have, at some point, you may want to turn around and generously help someone out. And that should be a part of your budget already and not an afterthought. Then you have miscellaneous, which is one of the most overlooked aspects of your budget, is knowing that stuff will go wrong sometimes. So sometimes your home repairs will be a little bit more. Sometimes your food may be a little bit more. You may have to celebrate something, or your transportation can get expensive, or something happens where you need to spend some more money on yourself. So having that miscellaneous category just makes sure that when you go over your budget in one area, that you're not turning around and taking it from your savings, but instead your savings will continue to be healthy. And you also want to look at the amount of debt that you have. You want to have a plan for tackling that debt. Don't ignore it and hope that it'll one day go away. Make sure that you're planning, you're preparing, that you're paying, and that you're paying it off as soon as you can so that you can get ahead financially. Once you write out your expenses, your housing, your food, your transportation, your saving, what you're spending on yourself, and your personal spending, your giving, your miscellaneous spending, and the spending that you have to have go towards your debt, then it's time for you to make sure that your expenses or your expenditures is not exceeding your net income, meaning that you have more money coming in than you have going out. And at the end of the day, you should be saving minimally 10% of your income and up to 20% of your net income. So you want to make sure that you have money that is left over so that you can be able to live out that vision that you have, so you can reach your goals, so that you can live out the financial future that you want. And so a lot of people, they don't actually follow through with doing a budget. And so I just want to encourage you to write out a budget. Know where your money is going. Once you know where your money is going, you'll find places where you can save money and you can spend more wisely. That'll lead to more savings, which will lead to you making more investments, which will lead to your money growing exponentially, which will lead to you being financially stable and successful. So your budget is your strategy. And if you have any more questions about your budget, then I want you to watch the other videos which are on my channel, which are all about financial literacy.